Hey guys, Tin Can Gardener here. Alright, I have an announcement. There will be another channel that my neighbor and I are putting together. It's called SoFlo Blooms and Bees, which stands for South Florida Blooms and Bees. We were just going to use Blooms and Bees, but that's obviously already taken. So, next best thing. It's going to incorporate a lot of stuff about beekeeping, and I'll put a link to it in one of my future videos, let you all know. Probably going to do some giveaways, probably going to do some, plan of the day, tip, whatever, however that works. I am not a master beekeeper by any sorts. I'm just getting into this stuff. Collectively, I think we have 4 hives now. So, yeah, 4. We just went and got a swarm of bees from a nice family not far from where we're at, and it was in their garden planter, and hopefully they're watching this, and if you are, thank you. We got them from the flower planter and put them in a box. We got the queen because they all just started kind of marching into the box. We did a video on it. It was really cool to watch. Got the bees, came back later that night. They were all pretty much in the box except for maybe 15 stragglers, which are probably gone now. Yeah, it was quite interesting. We got the bees back here, put them in a different box the next day, and it worked out pretty good. So looking forward to see how that colony's going. We're gonna probably give that colony a name, something, because we're in a pandemic. So who knows? Hive 19, who knows? Some crazy madness. But that, and for all you new gardeners out there, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're learning a lot. If you're new to my channel, I grow pretty much food. I do have some flowers. I have fruit trees. I even grow dragon fruit from cactus. I do grow a lot of variety things, but I'm in South Florida. Some of the things that I grow won't work for you guys up in Michigan, Ohio, or even in Colorado. I mean, most of the vegetable crops I grow, you guys would probably do better than I would here, because to get a good vegetable crop, it has to be a cool season usually with certain things like lettuce. This lettuce right here is not happy. It obviously needs transplanted and what have you, but the heat here just tears it up. You need a really heat-loving lettuce, which I probably have seeds for. I just planted some lettuce seeds, see what happens. But usually here you got to grow in the winter months to get a good harvest. In the summertime, you're beating back the bugs. It's really rough. We have a dreaded pickleworm here. We have a lot of butterflies here, like the swallowtail butterfly. It likes to land on the citrus and lay eggs, and the eggs turn into, it almost looks like bird poop. And if you touch it, it's got 2 little horns that come out the top of its head. And they're harmless to people, but they're just butterflies. They will eat a lot of citrus, but they turn into beautiful butterflies. So it's just one of those things that in nature happens. We also have Sri Lanka weevils down here, little black and white weevils. And they will eat up my acerola cherries. They eat up my loquats. I mean, they just chew the leaves off. So it's kind of rough. And we have lizards. I'm sure you saw that one that just ran that way. They're everywhere down here, but they don't harm the plants or anything. Down here, it's easy to get blight. Real easy to get blight. And what blight is whenever you have a tomato plant and it starts getting blotchy all over it. That's usually blight. Whenever you see your tomato plant start dying and turning brown and yellow, and yeah, that's blight, and it's pretty much done for usually. You can sometimes save it, but what that is the leaves aren't drying up fast enough. If you're watering your tomato plants down here, you want to water at the base. You should always water your plants at the base because you can get blight pretty much anywhere, but we just get it more prevalent down here because it is South Florida and it is humid. Some of the tomato varieties can take that sort of thing, and they're blight resistant, which is really good. But some of the ones I grow now, like the Ugly Ripes, they produce huge tomatoes, but they end up succumbing to blight, and you might only get a harvest or two, and they're either indeterminate or moderately indeterminate. And indeterminate just means they just keep growing. Like cherry tomatoes are indeterminate. A determinate tomato plant is going to grow, 2 foot tall and produce, 20 tomatoes, and then you got to get rid of it. That's the difference between determinate and indeterminate. And what I found is down here in South Florida, I've had things like eggplants that last me 2 to 3 years, but again, they eventually succumb to disease. They succumb to, pest or disease. So that happens. Another thing we have down here is we have a lot of mockingbirds and blue jays and cardinals, a lot of birds in general. And if you have berry bushes, they nail them. They will rob your berry bushes real quick. I don't mind sharing. I do grow a lot of mulberry, so and keeping birds in the garden is actually good anyways, because that keeps the pests down. And the other day I did a video, and there is a picture. I'll put it right here. I guess I'm going to edit this video. I'll put the picture right here. It was a horned tomato worm with predatory wasp eggs all over it, which is really cool. You know what? I'll just put the picture in because it's probably not over there anymore. Anyways, it was really cool to see that, and that tells me that I'm doing something right in the ecosystem of my yard, because I'm getting predatory pests as well. Last year I had what they call assassin bugs. They look like long black and yellow beetles, and they have this proboscis that comes up like a needle. And if you've ever seen Stormtroopers, what the worm has at the end, that giant like sharp thing that he puts, anywho, that's what they do, and they eat the bugs from the inside out, like aphids and things like that. I'm also seeing lady beetles, which is awesome because they eat aphids. I can't wait till I see a couple praying mantis. That's whenever you know you're doing pretty good. You start seeing praying mantises. I don't even know if they're this far south, but it'd be nice to see one. With all the lizards down here, though, certain bugs like that don't last long, because we have what they call a basilisk or a Jesus lizard, and they run on water. That's why they're called that. They're pretty interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is down here with the pest, fighting back stuff and trying to get stuff in the ground. I mean, 9 times out of 10 you're fighting the pest. So, well, with that being said, I don't want to run this video too long, and I hope you guys are having a good time gardening and staying safe and all that great stuff. So until next time, grow some, and like, comment, subscribe. Alright, see you later.